Aha, good morning. I can see, you couldn't see me, I can see that there are eyes watching. So, good morning, namaste, Saturday the 20th of February, I think. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm going to come, as I always do, in my state of paranoia, just to begin with, and then make sure that you can hear and see me okay. So if someone could give me a wave, I'd be happy. Oh, hello, thank you. Thank you, Audrey. That's brilliant. So yes, happy Saturday. Feels like spring is actually in the air today for sure. But we'll start lying down. If you've got a strap, actually, we're going to use a strap. So any kind of strap, hopefully long enough so that you can extend your arms fully with your strap, whether you're using a dressing gown cord or a belt if you don't have a yoga strap, just in case you need to go and grab one. But otherwise, let's start lying down. Lying down on the back, feet flat on the floor, knees bent, and let's bring one hand, the left hand, to the heart and the right hand to the belly, and close the eyes. And in this position, notice your body, your physical body as it is right now, lying on the mat, remembering the earth and beginning to connect with the idea of the massive, massive energy of our planet. And noticing any tension in your body, scanning through. So I won't guide you with the scanning through from the head down through the body to your feet. And as you're scanning through, notice if any tension becomes apparent to you. Any tension in different parts of the body. Remembering how we hold tension right down to the level of our cells, and just becoming aware of that and beginning to release that tension downwards into the earth. Relaxing the jaw. Areas that get specifically and obviously tight are often areas around the jaw, the throat, the hips. Noticing the sensations and softly, naturally breathing. And then noticing your breath. And as you notice the breath, saying to your breath, slow down. Noticing how the breath may naturally then deepen and perhaps lengthen. Doesn't matter if it doesn't. Just watching, feeling the movement of the body from the breath with the one hand on the heart and the one hand on the belly. Seeing if you can notice the breath beginning to reach down deeper to where the hand is resting on your belly. Feel the movement and expansion of the belly. And then bring your awareness to the hand on your heart. And the Sanskrit word for heart, although that's a very basic translation, is hridaya. And I'm sure I've said it wrongly. But the path of the spiritual heart. And the location of this spiritual heart is at the base of your sternum, So bringing your awareness to the base of the sternum where your hand is resting on your heart, just behind, back behind, just in front of the spine. So the base of the sternum, behind and in front, behind the sternum and in front of the spine. And that area, that spiritual heart, is said to be a center that is completely at ease and pure, with no fear. So obviously life has many challenges and we have many fears, and the gift of fear is that we are able to act with courage. But the idea of being a yogi is that you're aware that you can choose to be governed by your fears in life and let them run you or direct your life, or you can keep trying to come back to the essence of things at the heart and live as much as possible from that place. So with the awareness on the heart, deciding that during this practice you'll keep the awareness there. And when you keep the awareness there, keep opening the heart. It's called in yoga, fearless heart. So using that maybe as the focus for the practice today, for the moving practice, keeping the awareness coming back to the fearless heart. So let's bring the knees into the chest now and hands to your knees and rock a little bit side to side before coming over up onto the sit bones. So crossing your feet and rocking up. And once you've come upwards, have your feet hip width apart, knees bent, and push your fingers down into the floor. So clawing the hands and pushing downwards with the fingertips, and open your heart. So bringing the awareness again to the heart space, to the idea of the fearless heart of the yogi, coming back again and again to opening the heart space. Inhale and expand that heart space. As you expand the heart space, draw your shoulder blades together and really feel the sternum lift forwards and up. Expand into the heart and also draw gently back and up with the lower belly and the pelvic floor to keep that length in the lower body. Big breath in and then exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose, expand the heart. Push into the fingers, draw the shoulder blades together. And then release as you exhale through the mouth. Cross over your feet now and come forwards onto your hands and knees. And take a few rounds of cat-cow, spreading your fingers and connecting to the floor with your hands. Inhaling, you're dropping the belly and you're reaching forwards and up with the heart. Keep the shoulders back. And exhaling, you draw the lower belly back and up and reach upwards, almost with the back of the heart, tucking under your chin and your tailbone, keeping the movements flowing with your breath. Inhale, drop down, reach forwards and up. Try to expand the heart forwards as you lift the sit bones. And exhale, curving upwards. Pushing the back of the heart higher up towards the ceiling, keeping the shoulder blades broad. A couple more rounds at your own breath pace, noticing the smoothness and the equal length of your inhalation and exhalation. And then bring one forearm down to the floor and the other forearm down to the floor. Spread your fingers again and a few more rounds of cat-cow on the forearms. So your inhalation, the same thing. You drop the chest, but reach forwards and up with the sternum, squeezing the shoulder blades together. And the exhalation, you push the space between your shoulder head blades at the back of the heart upwards. You can drop your head down. You'll need to keep feeling as though your elbows are squeezing towards each other. So I'm focusing more on the movement in the shoulder blades and the heart space. Obviously the bum and the sit bones will be moving, but seeing if you can drop the chest with the in-breath and reach forwards with your heart space. And with the out-breath, spread the shoulder blades across the back as you drop the head down and reach up with the space between your shoulder blades. Remember to keep squeezing the elbows towards each other. Coming back to a neutral position, we'll extend the legs now into forearm plank. So extend one leg, really see if you can engage the leg, lift the kneecap to engage the thigh, push the heel back, and then also engage your core before you extend the other leg. So drawing the shoulder blades back and seeing if you can spread your shoulder blades across your back, feeling the back of the heart again. Reach further back with the heels. And then you may want to take the feet a little bit further back before you lower your knees down. Take the top of your feet to the floor and drop your hips down, coming into Sphinx pose. Take the feet a bit wider, about the width of the mat in Sphinx pose. And notice your forearms. They need to be parallel. Elbows generally beneath your shoulders, but if that feels a bit too strong, you take the elbows further forwards. We're going to stay here for a few rounds of breath. Perhaps some people may come up after the first couple of rounds into seal, but wriggle your hips, release the hips and the lower back, spread your fingers, root down with the forearms, and then again, push forwards with your heart space. So see if you can feel the expansion in your heart. Draw your shoulder blades back. Keep lifting as well as pushing forwards with the heart space, as though you want to push your heart out of the front of the body. Keep the hips and the legs heavy. Keep the breathing smooth. Inhaling, pushing further forwards, and exhaling, releasing a little bit into your hips. So staying there, or choosing whether you come up into seal pose. So I think everybody knows what seal pose is. It takes the hands a bit wider and it allows you to come up a bit higher. But you've got to make sure that you keep pushing forwards, opening the heart space, drawing the shoulder blades back and down. And you can keep the elbows bent or maybe come up with the arms a bit straighter. Inhale, reach forwards further with the sternum. And we'll come down wherever you've come up to with a very smooth, slow movement with your out breath. Keep the awareness on the smoothness and bring a cushion for your heads with your hands. Take your feet a bit closer together, about hip width, and wriggle your hips again. Inhale, nose, exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Again. Bring your feet together now. Keep the head just resting on your left hand and grab hold of your right foot with your hand, bending the knee, or grab hold of the trousers if you can't reach. Bring the knees together. Push down with the very top of your right thigh where the hip crease is. Keep that pushing down, and then as you exhale, draw the heel, closer towards your bum. Keep the focus on the outer right knee drawing in and the front of your thigh pushing down. Breathing smoothly, breathing into the sensation. One more round. And then as you inhale, let the foot come back and lift your body. Take the forearm so that it's parallel with the mat, and see if you can lift the front body and maybe take the foot a bit further back. And then slowly draw the foot in towards the bum and release your head down again. and take the foot down. Changing over, so right hand under the head, grab hold of your left foot, draw the knees together. Before you start pulling, or grab the trousers, before you start drawing the heel to the bum, push downwards with the top of your left thigh where the hip crease is, and make sure your knees are drawing together to protect the knees. Use your in-breath to push down more, and the out-breath draws the heel towards the bum. Focus on the intensity, for many of us, of the sensation at the very top of the thigh at the front. Keep the breath smooth. So don't hold your breath. Maybe breathe into the sensation. And then lifting your body, bringing the forearm parallel with the mat. See if you can take the foot a bit further back. Inhale, reach forwards and up with the sternum. Just one small kind of counter movement. Exhale, lower your head and bring the foot down. Now bring hands either side of the chest, spread the fingers and push down into the hands and reach forwards and up with the chest into baby cobra. Keep your elbows in. Really, the feet are down to begin with. Push forwards, further, further, further. Elbows in, shoulders back. See if you can even raise your hands from the floor, just using the strength of the spine. One more breath. Take the hands down. Exhale, lower the head. Take the arms by your sides. Let's take the feet wider again and come up into this wide-legged version of Shalabhasana. So reach the arms back and up and reach the feet up and back. We'll point away. Point away with the toes and the fingers. See if you can push forwards with your heart space again. Reach the heart forwards, but draw the shoulder blades back and squeeze them in. Outer arms squeeze inwards and outer legs squeeze inwards. Point the toes, stretch the fingers away. See if you can come up even higher. Push the chest forwards further with your in-breath. Amazing. And then lower down with an out-breath. Cushion for the head. Rock your hips side to side. Inhale through the nose. Release out through the mouth once more. Sliding the hands either side of the chest. Keep the elbows in and push yourself up onto your hands and knees and back into child's pose. Spread the fingers. Inhale back, curving the back onto your hands and knees. Exhale, back into child's pose, bum towards your heels. Once more, inhale, rounding the back, come up onto your hands and knees. And exhale, rounding the back, come back into child's pose. And this time, slide your hands towards your knees up the mat. Slide the hands up the front of the thighs as you come to a high kneeling position and bring the hands to your lower back. So you can have backs of the hands or heels of your hands to the back. Inhale, lift up with your heart space. Open the heart space. Draw your elbows in. Push downwards into the lower back, the sacrum area, the very top of your buttocks with your hands, and feel that area lengthen. Inhale, reach up higher with the sternum, but draw the shoulder blades in. So focusing on really expanding the heart and lengthening the whole of your front body. So I'm looking straight forwards, but you could also look up diagonally. It's a bit hard to speak like that, but keep the back of the neck long. Reach up a bit higher and push down with your hands to feel that length still being created in the lower back. Also noticing your thighs, squeeze your outer thighs inwards to keep the legs stable. One more in-breath, expand into the heart space. One more out-breath, maybe through the mouth. On your next in-breath, tuck under your chin and squeeze your thighs together. And with the out-breath, take the arms wide and fold into child's pose. Inhale, swoop forwards onto your hands and knees and tuck under your toes, and exhale into downward facing dog, but with knees bent, because we haven't opened the backs of the legs at all yet. pedal out your feet. Nod and shake your head. That releases your neck. Spread your fingers. Draw the shoulder blades, spreading them across the back, away from each other, flattening them onto the back like wings. Bend both of your knees strongly. Look forwards to the space between your hands. Inhale, lift your sit bones up, straightening your legs, and then drop your head and see if you can push your heels back towards the mat, pushing the fronts of the thighs backwards. Breathe in and out of the backs of the legs. Inhale onto the bases of your toes, and this time exhale, bend your knees and come back onto hands and knees, taking the tops of your feet to the floor and exhaling back into child's pose. Inhale, slide the hands up the mat to the knees, up the fronts of the thighs, hands come to the lower back, lift the sternum, one big in-breath. Out breath, maybe push the hips a little bit further forwards. Keep the heart space lifting and opening. Out breath, in breath, squeeze thighs, tuck under chin. Out breath, fold forwards, arms forwards. In breath, spread the fingers, come up onto your hands and knees and tuck under your toes. And out breath, lift your sit bones up into downward facing dog. Lengthen your spine, pedaling out and moving around if you want to in downward facing dog. And now in downward facing dog, also notice your heart, hridaya, and drop the heart space down. And imagine you're breathing in with your in-breath to the front of your heart, expanding it. And with your out-breath through the mouth, drop the heart space down. Inhale through the front of the heart. And now exhale through the back of the heart. Walk your feet into your hands with an in-breath. Coming to a half fold. Exhale into a full fold. Just staying in a full fold for a couple of rounds of breath. So making sure you're folding over your hip creases, as you all know, not from the curvature of your spine. Push down into your feet and lift the middle of the thighs up towards the sit bones. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Really notice the sensations in the back of the legs for a bit and breathe in and out here. Push strongly into your feet and rock slightly forwards onto the bases of your toes. With your next in-breath, come up to a half fold with a flat back. With your out-breath, fold fully again. With your in-breath, take your arms wide and come up with a flat back, pushing into your feet and rising all the way, reaching the arms wide, wide, wide as they come all the way up, and the palms touch, and exhale the hands down to Namaste, Anjali Mudra it's called. Pushing your palms together here and bringing your awareness again to your heart space. And with the palms pushing together quite strongly, see if you can feel the expansion in your chest, in the heart space. Reach the heart space a bit further forwards and up, and push down strongly into your feet, rooting downwards into that energy connecting with the earth. Let's just chant Om once here if you want to. Inhale fully into the heart space. Exhale, don't worry about the noise, just feeling the vibration. Feel the vibrations resonating in the body. And then with your next in-breath, arms come wide, reach up. Exhale, fold forwards over your hip creases, coming to a full fold. In breath, look up and lengthen. So you're working your breath in the sun salutation. Exhale, hands down, step back into plank. One inhalation in plank. Exhalation, choose how you lower. Either drop the knees or come all the way to the floor in one long line. Top of the feet down. Inhale, reach forwards with your heart space and lift. Exhale, Lower down, tuck under your toes, keep your elbows in, and come back into downward facing dog. Let's just take 3 rounds of breath here, really focusing on your long spine. So keep the knees at the right bent or straightness to keep a long spine. Inhaling through the front of the heart, exhaling out through the back. Look at the space between your hands and either come onto the balls of your feet, keep the arms straight and the hands strong like levers and hop forwards, or take small steps to get there. Inhaling to a flat back, exhaling to fold fully, and inhaling to bring the arms wide and reach up, open the heart space, look up, exhale the hands down. Really flowing with your breath. Inhalation, extend. Exhalation, fold. Inhalation, lengthen. Exhalation, step back, plank. Inhalation, plank. Exhalation, lower. In, forwards and up. Exhale, lower. And come back, downward facing dog. So the sun salutations and then a few rounds of breath here. Really join the flowing movement of the breathing pattern and the body. And like anything, it takes lots of practice, and the more you do it, the more in sync your movements become with the breath. And it's said to push the prana, the life force, around the body in a more energetic, free way once we get the movement and the rhythm of the breath in the sun salutations. Coming forwards now, either hopping or stepping. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root down, reach up. Exhale, hands come down. Once more, inhale. Exhale. Flow with your body. Inhale, reach up and forwards. Exhale, step back. We take 1 inhalation in plank to stabilize, and then choose how you lower, either knees or 1 long line. Inhale, reach forwards with your heart, shoulder blades back. And exhale to lower down and come back into downward facing dog. So you may take more than 1 exhalation to come down from cobra and back into downward facing dog. But once you get to downward facing dog, you begin to bring the rhythm of the breath back again by slowing it down, focusing on inhaling through the front of the heart and exhaling through the back. Open the armpits. Now bring your feet together. Inhale your right leg up high and exhale, squeeze the knee in, curve the upper back and step forwards between your hands. Help the foot along if you need to. We'll lower the back knee down. Bring a knee pad or blanket there if you need to, top of the foot to the floor. And either fingertips to the floor or you have your props here. Sink a bit lower into your hips. And then inhale, the arms up. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge pose. So remembering, very important to keep your front foot very stable so the knee is stable and lines up with that foot. And also the knees over the heel, ankle area. Reach up with your arms and then bend your elbows and bring the thumbs to your index fingernails and lift the heart. So coming into cactus arms, but with this hand mudra, lifting the heart. Drop your left hip down more. Keep the lift in the heart. 1 more inhalation, lifting. And then the exhalation, bring the hands down. We'll come into a twisted lunge. So use a block if you want one, or left hand to the floor, and inhale the right arm up. Open across the heart space. So push the floor away with the left hand or the prop, and reach up with the right one. And focus on your heart space. And you want to try to feel the spreading across the collarbones, so the heart can even open in this twisted lunge. If you want to, you can choose to tuck under your back toes and try raising the back knee. Breathe fully. Squeeze your right hip in as well. With an out breath, take the hand down, drop the knee, and then we're going to tuck under the back toes, well already tucked, raise the back knee and step back, downward facing dog. Pedaling out a couple of times before bringing the feet back together. Inhaling the left leg up high. Exhaling, drawing the knee in, seeing how far you can step the foot forwards, help it along. If you need to, drop the back knee down. Sinking a bit lower in the hips, making sure the knee's lined up with the foot and above the heel, inhaling the arms up. Anjaneyasana on the other side. Sink a bit lower. Open the sides of the body or stretch them by reaching up taller. And then bend your elbows. And this allows you then to lift the heart higher. Take the thumbs to the index finger nails. Reach up with the chest. So you really need a very stable front foot and front knee. Squeeze the left hip inwards. Inhale, reach up high with the sternum. Maybe come a bit further back. And exhale, take the hands down, coming to the twisted lunge. Right hand to the floor or the prop. Inhale the left arm up. Draw the shoulder blades away from each other and the shoulders away from your ears. Notice whether your left hip has pushed outwards and pull it inwards. And then awareness back to the heart space. Spread your collarbones. See if you can reach the heart forwards and expand into the heart even in the twist. Exhaling, lower belly draws back and up to twist more. One more inhalation. And then the exhalation takes the hand down. Back to, oh, I didn't say you could have raised the knee. So we'll come back, sorry. Inhale to raise up, and if you did raise the knee on the first side, raise the knee here. Round of breath there. And then lower the knee, take the hand down, and raise the back knee, and step back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Nod and shake the head, and let's flubber the lips. Lick your lips first. Not flubbering. Again. It's better. It's supposed to release the face. And now bring the feet back together. And again, right leg lifts up high. Again, step the foot forwards between the hands. And now take the left heel to the floor, bend the front knee, and reach up to Warrior One. In Warrior One, lift the hands and open the sides of the body. Outside edge of the back foot draws down, knee at the front in line with the foot. Open the elbows again to cactus arms. Bring the thumbs to your index fingers again and reach up and forwards with your sternum. Maybe come up a bit higher and come into a bit of a back bend. But back leg very strong and straight and front knee in line with the foot. And then inhale, reach the arms up tall. And now we're going to grab the strap. So coming back into your warrior legs, front knee bent, back leg straight. And the strap will be quite wide with the hands. But inhale, up tall, Warrior One. And then coming to Warrior Two with the strap. And seeing if you can take the hands as wide, hopefully your strap's long enough, as wide as to pull, feel the tension in the strap, pulling the hands away from each other and drawing the shoulder blades wide across the back, and then look forwards. So you want to feel the opening, I'll turn the other way, the opening in the heart space. Pull the hands away from each other, but feel the shoulder blades draw down the back. Open the heart. So you've got to get the hands just in the right position so you feel that tension. And you pull the hands away from each other on the strap. From here, we're going to keep the hands in that position, holding onto the strap, but straighten the front leg, keeping the back of the body and the arms in the same plane, coming over into triangle. So keeping the openness across the collarbones. Really lift the front kneecap, both kneecaps, but especially the front one. And just coming down to as far as feels right for you on that bottom leg so that the arms stay wide, opening across the collarbones. Lift the kneecaps for stability. Feel the expansion across the chest. And then to come up, bend your front knee, push into that foot, keep the knee lined up with the foot, and then take the back hand to the back leg. You can release the strap and come into reverse warrior, so front knee bends. Open the armpit, reach downwards with that back hand. Lift the elbow. Inhale back to warrior two without the strap now. And exhale, hands either side of the foot. Turn the back toes, step back, downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. So coming to bring the feet together again. And inhale the left leg up high. Exhale, squeeze the knee in, step the foot between the hands, right heel to the floor, bend the front knee, straight back leg, inhale up warrior one. Sink into your hips. Open the elbows, cactus arms, thumbs to your index fingers. Straight back leg, front knee lined up with the foot. Lift your sternum, maybe come back a bit further with the body, but keep the back leg very strong. Keep the left hip crease pulling backwards. Lift with an in-breath, powerful feet and legs. Inhale next, arms coming up, and then open wide to warrior two. Grab hold of the strap again. Arms wide, find the right position. So pull the hands away from each other with the strap. I've shown you the back already, so you know. So sinking, straight back leg, pulling the left hip crease back so the feet and the legs stay strong. And then open across the collarbones. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Really feel that expansion across the chest. Straightening your front leg. Keep the same plane with the arms, the legs, the body, and windmill the arms using the strap to keep opening across the collarbones. Keep pulling the arms away from each other. Lift your right hip. Lift your left kneecap. Breathe here for a round of breath or two. Notice the collarbones open and draw the shoulder blades back. To come up, soften the front knee, bending the front knee, and then take the back hand to the back leg. You can release the strap and bring the top arm up and over into reversing warrior. Pull your left hip in. Open the left armpit. Open and lift the left elbow. Inhale back to warrior two. And then windmill the arms down either side of the foot and step back, downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. Inhale through the nose and drop the chest as you exhale through the mouth. Come down onto your hands and knees with an in-breath and back into child's pose, top of the feet to the floor with an out-breath. Bring the arms by your sides with an in-breath and let your sit bones sink towards your heels with an out-breath. Breathe fully into the back of your body. So remembering the heart is at the base of the sternum, or the spiritual heart, the base of the sternum, back behind the sternum and just in front of the spine. And it's a center that is completely at ease, no fear here. So breathing now into the back of that space as you're folded forwards and expanding that space between your shoulder blades as you inhale and softening as you exhale. With the next in-breath, come up with your bodies into a kneeling position. And we'll come up now. Hopefully you've got a couple of blocks or chunky books you can use. If not, alternatives. But coming up now onto high knees, so we're working with variations for Ustrasana, camel pose, and tuck under your toes. So on high knees, you have your thighs parallel and hip width apart, toes tucked under. If you've got the blocks, I'll show you from behind, you bring them either side of your lower legs. So the further back, the stronger the back bend will be. The further towards your knees, the less strong. Let's start by bringing the hands to the lower back again, like we did at the beginning. So either the backs of the hands or the heels of the hands. And draw the elbows in and the shoulder blades draw together. And then notice as the shoulder blades draw together, how that can lift your heart again. It lifts the heart. Keep the chin either tucked under or the back of the neck in line by looking up diagonally. Squeeze the elbows in and the shoulder blades in. And notice how that can open the heart more. Push downwards with your hands to feel as though you're lengthening the lower back more. So the option would be, if you don't have the blocks and you can't come down low enough in this back bend, to stay practicing with this, coming up maybe for a break, and then inhaling, expanding and coming back again. Otherwise, you take your, it might be better to watch first because you need to keep the, I know many of you know this, but you need to keep the head in a certain position. So taking the right hand to this block, and then the left arm extends out to the side. And the important part, or one of the important parts, is you keep looking towards that right hand on the block. So you keep your drishti looking towards that right hand on the block. Your left arm is extended out to the side, palm facing up. So if you've got to that position, don't look at me anymore. Just look down towards your right hand on the prop. If you were able, you could also reach your right hand to the right heel with the toes tucked under. And your left arm, you have the palm facing upwards and the left arm extending out to the left in line with the shoulders. Lift your sternum here. So you're keeping your drishti looking down to that right side. Lift the sternum higher. Keep the drishti down to the right. Open the heart space. To come up, inhale, tuck under your chin and roll forwards with the body. And then over to the other side. So left hand to the block. I'll show you from the back. Or to your heel. Keep your drishti, your gaze, on that left heel or hand on the block. And then open your right, extend your right arm, palm facing up. Keep looking down to the left. Reach your chest up. Palm of the right hand up and arm parallel with the floor. Lift your sternum. Lift the sternum and open the heart. Push forwards with your hips. Keep lifting the heart though. So you feel the stretch in the side of the neck, this side on the right. To come up, tuck under the chin, inhale and roll forwards. And then we'll come to fold forwards in child's pose with the arms by the side. Drop your shoulders down. Let the lower back release. And now breathe fully down into the lower back. One more round of breath. Inhale, roll up to a kneeling position again. And then coming again to high knees, tucking under your toes. So choosing the different versions now. We won't use the blocks. So either hands to the lower back, elbows in, reach up and maybe push the hips forwards and come into this version of Ustrasana, camel pose. But remembering you're lifting your heart. Every back bend is as much a heart opener, a front opener. If you feel able and your back's okay, you could reach your hands to your heels and do it that way. Reach up, push forwards with the hips. Or some people may be able to take the tops of the feet to the floor and bring the hands down to the feet that way. But you can look forwards like this, or you can look up if your neck's okay and bring the head back. I can't talk like that. One more round of breath. To come up, tuck under your chin, maybe bring the hands back to your lower back, squeeze the thighs together. Top of the feet to the floor, and then come back, sit bones to your heels. Squeeze your knees in now, and squeeze the outer legs in. Bring the hands to the legs. Reach up and lengthen the spine. Relax your shoulders. And now taking yourself onto the side of the body and extending the legs forwards. Take your, bounce your legs up and down first, And then just take the legs a bit wider, about the width of the mat. You can always sit on a block. And if you've got props, you could bring your head down to a prop. Otherwise, drop the head down, tucking the chin under, relax your shoulders and just come into a yin forward fold with the weight of the head dropping you down and reaching you forwards. Let your back be very relaxed and let the shoulders and the arms be relaxed. So if you had props and that felt right for you, you could rest your head on the props. Otherwise, you just let the head become very, very heavy. Softening and relaxing the breath now. So not forcing, not controlling, just letting the breath be natural. Soft face, soft eyes, heavy, heavy head. Notice your breath and soften it a bit more. And then slowly, maybe use an in-breath now, coming all the way up with the body. And we'll come into a twist. So, extending the legs first, bending your right knee, and taking the right foot across that left leg. Flex your left foot. Push down into your right foot. So you could have a prop behind you here if you wanted to. So you bring the right hand behind you or onto the prop or fingertips to the floor. Extend the left arm. Reach up tall with the left arm so you feel the extension in the left side of the body. And then twist. Bring the elbow outside that right knee. Push down into your sit bones and into the fingers or into your prop if you're using it. And lift up with your heart space again. So you're trying to get an open heart even in this twisted pose. You could really push with your sit bones and lift with your heart to lengthen more with your in-breath. And then with your out-breath, you twist by drawing the lower belly back and up. And really, you can even look over with the head and bring the neck into the twist as well. Really using the out-breath to release further round. Remember, you can always bring this hand to that hip as well. So left hand to the hip. Really push into your sit bones. Reach up with your heart space and draw the lower belly back and up to twist further. Notice the spine. Engaged feet. Use an in-breath to come forwards. Use the hands to take that foot back and extend the right leg. Raise the left knee, cross the foot over. Left fingertips behind you or into the block. Inhale the right arm up tall. Feel the extension of the right side of the body. Elbow outside that bent knee. Now you've got into the shape. This is where you, again, push downwards with the sit bones and the fingers, reach upwards with the sternum, and use the leverage of the arm outside the knee to twist you around. Maybe bring the neck in again. Maybe bring this right hand to the left hip. Notice your spine. Inhale, reach up higher. Exhale, draw the lower belly back and up to release more into the twist. Keep the feeling of trying to open your heart still. It's quite tricky, but you still want to feel as though you're lifting the sternum or pushing it forwards to lift it up. One more round of breath. Engaged feet. Inhale to come forwards with the body. Unravel yourself. And then we'll roll onto the back. Let's roll down with the feet to the floor and try and engage the core. So feet about hip width, knees bent. Extend your arms. Engage your core. And see how slowly, with the engagement of your core, you can roll down. See how far you can get before you kind of flop down. So I get to about there, and then I feel my feet come off the floor. Coming all the way back and up with your arms, extending the legs into a full body stretch. Inhale and exhale, bring the arms down by your sides. Draw your knees into your chest now and rock on your back, massaging the back of the body, rocking from side to side. Feel the body, don't zone out, so feel the body and keep awareness on the breath moving into the body, even as you're just rocking gently. And then with your knees together, roll them around in circles. Again, awareness to the different parts of the back of your body connecting with the floor. Maybe slowing down the movements, squeezing in a bit more, coming a bit further over to the left, to the right, and then reversing the direction. So noticing how the circling of the knees makes the different parts of the back of the body connect and be massaged by the floor. Coming back to the center with the knees and extending the legs and coming into Shavasana. So if you want to grab any extra clothes, you can do. Choosing your position for Shavasana. And noticing your body on the floor. And imagining the immense earth beneath us. Remembering our connectivity to the planet. Softening your heart. Heart space very soft and open. Softening the belly. Softening the jaw and the mouth inside, the tongue relaxing. The eyes relaxed, dropping back into the head. The skull, inside the skull, relaxing the brain. And a wave of relaxation moving down from the crown of your head, down through the brain, the face, the skull, the ears, down into the jaw, the throat and the neck, down through into the shoulders, the heart space at the front and the back, the arms all the way down through to your fingertips, down through the whole of the back of the body, the internal organs and workings of your torso, the front of your body, relaxing into the hips, the entire pelvic girdle, pelvic floor, buttocks, relaxing down through your legs, into your knees, and down through the lower legs, into your ankles, your feet, and your toes. Allowing the whole body to release downwards. Any tension in the body releases down into the earth. And every natural soft in-breath, you're breathing in prana, energized, fresh, oxygenated breath. Every natural, relaxed breath out, you release a bit more tension downwards into the earth. To slowly wake the body, take a gentle breath in consciously through your nose and release through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head gently. Draw your knees into your chest and roll onto one side. Slowly push yourself up into a seated position and bring the hands to the heart space, eyes softly closed. So you can have the hands at the heart space in Namaste, Anjali Mudra, or you can bring your left hand to the heart and the right hand on top, whichever resonates with you more. And then drop your internal vision back into the back of the head and down into the heart space. That space at the base of the sternum, just in front of the spine, the center that is always completely at ease with no fear. Remembering how as yogis we can choose to be governed by our fears and let them run or direct us, or try as often as we can to get in touch with the essence of things at this heart space and live as much as possible from that place. And with that in mind, let's finish with 3 Oms. So breathing in. Namaste. Have a great day. Thank you for joining.